One of the questions that often arises is, how do I take it out? As an orthopedic surgeon, anytime anybody shows me a new implant or a new device, it's one of the first things I think about is, if I put it in, how am I going to get it out? With the CurvaFix, it can be removed. There are removal tools that are part of the set. The key to removing the CurvaFix is that you have to unlock the screw so that it is flexible again to be able to then extract it. The screw goes inflexible, it then gets locked. And so if you try to turn and extract a locked screw, it's not going to come out in that path that you drilled. You have to unlock it first. And so that is really the critical step in the process of removing the screw. And so you start first by cannulating the cannulated screw with a small wire. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to insert this wire. I made a small incision over the area. I can feel my screw there, and now I'm inside, shoot that, I'm inside my CurvaFix screw. And you can see my wire going inside the center of that screw, and I'm in now. And so now I'm going to insert a centering screwdriver that'll lock into the center of the screw, not lock in, but go in. And now I'm keyed into the center of that screw, shoot that, and that's in there. Now I can take this jig. You'll notice that it has teeth on this. The teeth will go into the outside of the screw, and this connecting bolt will thread into the top of the screw. For those of you who have had the unfortunate chance or need to take out intramedullary nails, the process and the steps are very similar. You have a keyed toothed implant or instrument that will key into the outside of the nail, and then a threaded screw that will key into the inside of the threads of the screw. The extraction and frankly the insertion process are very much like putting in a intramedullary nail. So the teeth on this, you'll feel it engage. So I just engaged with the screw head, shoot that. So my screw head's engaged, and now I can tighten down, and everything is cannulated. I can tighten down my screw into the top of the nail. There it is, tightens down, and it should be concentric and lock in. So now my screw is locked in. I'm going to take out that initial centering tool I put in, and I'm going to put on the handle to unlock it. Now remember, the screw was locked when I at the end of the case previously, and so the green is locked. So I have to go from green to red. I've got my torque sleeve in, and now I'm going to unlock the screw. So now the screw is unlocked. Now I can extract it. So I'll remove this. I can take this out. At this point, it's not necessary. And I can put on the T-handle. For those, again, who've had the unfortunate need to remove broken screws and broken hardware, there is a reverse thread that will thread into the back of the screw if you were unable to find it or for some reason it was stripped. And this will thread into the back of the screw like a reverse thread from a broken screw removal set. Once it threads into the back of the screw, keep turning it and the screw will come out and extract. So this will key in as well. It's got cutting flutes on it and it's reverse. So you have to turn it in reverse like you'd be extracting it, let the threads catch on the screw head, and then everything will come out. This goes on, and then it's simply a matter of turning it and giving a slight axial linear pull on the screw handle as you're turning it to remove the now flexible screw. Shoot that, and you can see it's now coming out quite nicely. There you go, screws out and flexible. The hardware is removable. There are multiple tools on the tray to extract a CurvaFix screw. The critical step is making sure that you unlock the screw before you remove it. If the screw head is stripped or you're unable to access it with the tool, there is a reverse thread that will engage the screw. However, the screw still needs to be unlocked for removal.